Good evening, and welcome to the fastest few minutes in sports. I'm your host, Brian Mathis, and we're going to go over everything going on in the Indianapolis GAA. I'm coming to you from the Good Earth Health Store in wonderful Broad Ripple, Indianapolis. They sell everything organic, health food, and everything for the important hurler in your life. This is the place to go ahead and get hurls, grips, helmets. You need it, you want it, they've got it here. So, let's go over this week's recap. Good Earth versus Health Source. This was a real defensive battle. It ended up being 2-6 to 2-4. It could have gone early anyway, anytime during that game, but Good Earth came out with the win. In another game, Claddagh versus UPLANL. This, another great back and forth battle. It went back and forth probably 10 different times. I reffed that match. It was stunning all the way to the end. Claddagh came out with a 1-point win. RENNER'S versus Connors. Connors continues their rampage up the ladder, beating RENNER'S 2-13 to 2-9. And then finally, Two Gingers versus Pogues. Two Gingers is continuing to strong-arm the league. They have a 4-goal win over the Pogues. Two Gingers seems unstoppable. So each week, as the fastest few minutes continues to grow, we want to continue to add new features to the programming. And this week, as we're coming to you from the Good Earth, I'm going to go ahead and bring on my first interview of the year, Rudy Nehrling. Rudy Nehrling is the captain of the Good Earth squad. They are a 3-time runner-up in the Indianapolis GAA competition. He's a member of 3 national championship teams, as well as an international champ. Welcome to the show, sir.
I'm surprised you had me after this past week's game.
Yeah, it did kind of smart a little bit to lose to the
Oh yeah. All right, so what do we got here? We got a couple product placements.
Oh,
yellow
man.
card.
Already, Rudy. Really?
Come
Already
on.
a yellow card? We can't go anywhere.
Oh, this is a joke.
God. Well, there you go. Well, Rudy's well known throughout the world for his yellow cards. Anyway, I want to just kind of get the whole team to know a little bit more about Rudy. We kind of see you as an onion. You're a mild-mannered shopkeeper here, but on the field, you're an absolute monster. So tell me, how did you get involved with the Indianapolis GAA?
It's a funny thing. We all know the legend, Brian Church. I had just moved on from a job and was starting something new, and Brian was talking to Louie and I, and said, I've got this crazy sport that I play, and you want to join us at Broad Ripple Park. And I remember Louie and I were really excited, and we were talking about what were we going to wear to practice, and like how long was it going to be, and what kind of snacks we should bring. And we get there, and there was Colin Conlon, our new coach.
Terrific. And so what keeps you involved
in
the Indianapolis GAA?
You know, it's a great group of people. I couldn't imagine going to any other city and playing. You know, the camaraderie, the game. The game is probably the thing that draws me back. You are a kid all over again as soon as you step on the field.
Absolutely. I know that there's a bunch of players on the teams that would say something very similar. So what drives you to excel? You're a 3-time champion. What drives you to excel?
Well, I got to tell you, Brian, this next segment is brought to you by Montmorency Tart Cherry Juice. And I think we're getting a little deeper, so I think we should take off a jersey.
All right.
So we're going to go back a year.
Oh, we're peeling back the onion.
You know, I got to tell you.
Rudy Nehrling.
Good Earth has made it to the championship 3 years in a row. So more than any big championship, we want to get back to that championship game and win it. Be able to hoist up the Stephen Quigley Cup. We used to keep the second place trophy, but after the 3rd year in a row, we were like, we're done with that.
It probably gets a little bit old.
Yeah.
All right, so tell me why the Good Earth, and you in particular, sponsor the Indianapolis GAA.
You know, I think it's just 2 like-minded things. This year was the realization that we are the Good Earth natural hurlers. So we test everybody. Nobody's allowed to take anything synthetic. It all has to be whole food based. So speaking of, at halftime, our shots are brought to you by Garden of Life raw wheatgrass powder.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Available on sale every day at the Good Earth.
I do like that.
Yeah. Did that answer the question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Another layer, huh?
Another layer.
All right.
Keep bringing it out.
So this was the double jersey year where we had a yellow and a brown. We had a home and away jersey.
I do like the yellow versus the kind of poop brown one that you had there.
Thank you.
So tell me about your team, the Good Earth team, and then maybe if you're willing to share with everybody else here, your draft strategy.
Oh, man, draft strategy. So, you know, the team starts and ends with Monahan. You know, he is kind of a tight ass. You know, he's calling yellow cards in practice. You know, drinking bans. You know, he's got all sorts of rules. But I think the biggest thing we look for is we just want to have fun, stay positive, and we really, really enjoy winning.
Yep. Well, I mean, your team has certainly been winning a ton in this league. And so from that, tell me the strengths of the Good Earth team. This present Good Earth team that you have now.
Yeah, you're getting
Tell me the strength. Oh, we're getting deeper.
Deep. Oh.
Get it all.
Mathis, it starts on defense. I got to tell you the secret. So it starts on defense. We're not putting up the points we did last year. There were a couple games where we went over 40 points, and we're not quite there yet. So I think it starts with defense, and it'll keep moving on.
Well, they do say defense wins championships, and you guys, as was shown this past Sunday, it was a real defensive battle.
Oh, that was fun.
Getting those points across, and I would imagine your guys' goal is to get just enough points across and keep that ball on the opposite side
Absolutely.
of that field.
The game that you ref before that, one of the best pub league games I've seen in a couple years, back and forth. So I think the playoffs are going to be real nice this year.
Terrific. What is your team? You've talked about the strengths of your team. What does your team need to get better at?
Okay. Yeah, we're talking about our team now. So
yeah.
We're there. What do we need to get better at?
I hope there's more underneath there. How many more is there?
How many questions we got?
One more.
Okay, all right, I can do that. You know, we can always get better. You know, we've got a brand new kid who's 17, who just started with the Shatard team, and another guy who's up at Hamilton Southeastern. And so I think it's really about getting these new players and these younger players to love the game like we do, be obsessed with it, where they're taping episodes about last week's chatter, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, and so the last question for you, is there any coincidence between the Good Earth becoming the team sponsor of the Indianapolis Camogie team and them winning a championship last year?
That was pretty nice. That was pretty nice. You know, I know you're a gambling man, and I thought I'm seeing these girls peak, and they're picking up the right players, and they were a good group of girls. So we just stepped in at the right time. They did all the rest.
Terrific. Well, I can't thank you enough for taking some time, and especially all you do for the Indianapolis GAA. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right, next week we'll be coming from another location. Keep an eye on that. And now it's time for the Swami. You may have noticed my headdress this week. I've gone ahead and bought myself a brand new bright jewel to go ahead and celebrate last week's first winning week for the Swami. I was 3-1 last week, which brings me to an all-time record of 8-6-2. For my next week's predictions, I have Health Source over the Claddagh. I have Good Earth beating up RENNER'S. I have Connors continuing their rampage over Pogues. And Two Gingers will just be too much for Upland. And we'll see you on the pitch.